So today I got a little unboxing for you from PoorManSurvival.com, and we're going to get out some Schrade knives here. Used to be a big fan of Schrade. I have had old timers and Skinners and a lot back in the day. Companies changed a little bit, so they're now, as you can see, Taylor brands made in China, unfortunately. But today we're going to try one of their smaller sheath knives or fixed blades, and I think you're going to like it. So I figured we'd give it a shot. It wasn't crazy expensive. I thought it was time to give Schrade another chance. So this is the SCHF57. They don't seem to give their knives a whole lot of cool names, so it looks like they're just trying for this route. So you open it up. It's got some paperwork in here, and I believe this is probably, they give you how to open a, oh God, this is so sad. How to open a pocket knife without cutting yourself, all that liability crap. We'll get rid of that. Pretty sturdy box. All right. So all in all, first impression, I don't mind the sheath. I don't know about this huge loop here. Obviously, that's for the belt. It's going to hang a little lower, and that's not a bad thing. And it looks like it's full-sized for an average-sized belt, so I like it. It does have little bushings in here, so it looks like it can bend without breaking, which isn't bad. It's obviously not Kydex, but it does look pretty secure. Let's try popping it out. So it definitely does have some tension getting it out. Oh, something I've noticed right there. They put the same design as the handle on the top of the sheath. So that's interesting. And it is indent for the sheath nut. So let's just give that thing a tug and get her out. So as you can see, this is a fairly small knife. I've been looking at different designs. I've had a lot of people asking me, I want to carry a fixed blade. I don't want to carry, Rambo's fixed blade. What's out there on the market for me? And that's kind of why I grabbed this one. So this knife overall is about 6 inches, and about 2.5 of that is blade. So that's not a lot of blade, but I think it's not bad. It's not a bad size. I know people say, "Oh, I won't carry a fixed blade. That's not, that's not a 5-inch blade or a 4.5-inch blade." But I think if you're in an area where you can everyday carry a fixed blade, something like this wouldn't be bad. It's not as big as imposing. Yes, it is a black oxide blade, and I like the look. I think it has a nice texture and will probably hold up well. As you can see, they have their Schrade name in the blade. I hope you can see that. And, the model, again, that SCHF57 on there. The handle has a nice texture to it, a nice grip, and it does seem firm and put on there fairly well. Do I think the quality is 100%? Maybe not, but I think it's not bad for, these not being insanely expensive knives. Has a nice, finger choil in there and a little jimping on the back. And I think the jimping's, if you can see the jimping, so right there. I think the jimping's in a decent place if you were doing fine detail work with this. All right. So this is my shot at giving Schrade another chance. And, and I think it looks like it's going to hold up pretty well. It's fairly thick. And I think for common tasks and everyday type work, camping, taking on a Boy Scout trip, something like that, I think won't be half bad. It has the lanyard there. Now I did notice right here, the full tang is raised in the back above the handle. So not just the jimping, but the spine of the knife is raised above the handle all the way back. In the long run, will that be a major factor? Probably not for me, because with the type of work you're going to do, I'm probably going to be holding it in this manner. Most of the time, because my hands are so large. But all in all, not bad. Just trying to get a good view of how the top of the grip fits there. So it comes down in the front, so you do get access to the full blade. All right. So not too bad. One of those knives, if your son's a scout, or if you're looking for a good backup hunting knife, or something to cut wad, for your muzzle loader, and you don't want a big giant knife, not bad. I think this wouldn't be a bad choice. I'm pretty sure you can get these in the, I don't want to guess. Shop around, find a good price. I picked this up on Amazon. I don't 100% remember what I paid for it, but it wasn't super expensive. Give it a try. It's going to take me a little bit to probably get used to this sheath. My only concern here is I think the way that is, the way it's fixed, I'm not a huge fan of. But I think it's going to be okay. But my problem is just getting your hand in here. See if you look at the way that is. Getting your hand in there to pull that knife out is kind of difficult to grab the front of the knife, because that's kind of in the way. And that thing has some retention. So maybe as it wears in, we'll see. But all in all, I like the knife. But I buy these for the knives, not so much for the sheaths. Yes, I appreciate the fact that it has this retention style sheath. And it looks like, yeah, it's movable, so you could actually take these bolts out and move it to the other side if you want, if you wanted to switch things around. I would even try maybe flipping this upside down and putting this part down. I think that's probably what I will do. And it'll ride a little higher, but that's okay. Maybe I'll have it ride opposite the new sheath I'm reviewing for the M&P Shield. Flip this over, have it straight down. I think that's what's going to happen. But again, I like the knife. It's sturdy, it's got a little bit of heft for its size, maneuverable and definitely usable. But again, this has been a short unboxing of the Schrade SCHF57. And this has been Calvin from PoorManSurvival.com.